Before I was sentenced to the Nevada Department of Corrections, I was unsure at exactly how much time I would receive due to all my shoplifting cases I caught. The 6 months I spent in the county jail located downtown Las Vegas was a complete disaster, especially in the North Tower where mainly violent offenders were housed. I was so tired of the 22-hour lockdowns, therefore I was ready to go ahead and get my time started. I went to court multiple times before entering into a plea bargain. All odds were against me. From all the ad books I'd received, which are additional charges I'd received from local businesses I burglarized, finally getting my government name. Every time I got one of those ad books slid under my cell door, I began to feel sick, as I knew there wasn't much I could deny. I went through so much stress that I had never experienced before, as it was my very first time getting into trouble while doing the best that I can, being without my family. I would describe that feeling as simply terrible, freedom literally taken away until the debt to society is paid. My circumstances were horrible with no paid lawyer, and my cellmate being the only one to talk to the majority of the times. There were only a couple of things to look forward to, like visits from my family and friends, and Sally to say, but the scheduled court appearances just to get off the cell. The heavy sound of my cell door clicked loudly around 6 o'clock in the morning, September the 26th, 2011. I can still hear the Clark County Corrections officer yelling at me to the top tier saying, "Glover, get ready, your ride is here." The day had unfortunately come. I learned at sentencing that I was to serve a 22 to 96 month term, which meant at the very least 46 months before even being eligible for parole because my sentences were consecutive. All that kept running through my mind was my early 20s being taken away from me because I was so terrified. It almost seemed like I was daydreaming. "Glover, get ready, your ride is here." My stomach instantly began to feel nauseous. I was really on my way to prison. I hurried up and brushed my teeth with a small white plastic toothbrush the county provided and did my best to look at myself in the mirror that wasn't even real. Not even 5 minutes later, the officer came and he clicked my door for the second time. He told me to come on. The county jail's clothing consisted of the navy blue toothpiece jumpsuit and the orange socks that matched the two small slippers that I had on for 4 days, being that laundry exchange were only twice a week. Most of the times I would try to hand wash my clothes with a bar of store-bought soap, knowing that it would be cleaner than the rest of the jail's clothing. This is just the beginning of a book that I decided to write to inform people about my incarceration. I spent 11 years, unfortunately, in this system, and my goal is to get the director's attention, even the governor of Nevada's attention to hopefully implement changing of rules. It's a lot of things that goes on in prison walls that people don't want to talk about. They're afraid to talk about. And I want to be that voice. If I could please have you guys support, I would really appreciate that. Any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much for your time. Have a blessed day. Thank you.